We would like to welcome you to Sharon Baptist Church for our annual Christmas program. We have an entertaining evening planned with songs and a play, but first we would like to read to you the story of Jesus' birth.
One day, God sent an angel to visit Mary. Do not be afraid, the angel said. You will have a son, and you will name him Jesus. Mary was engaged to Joseph, a carpenter. Joseph believed Mary's baby was the Son of God. He promised to take care of them both. One day, Mary and Joseph were told they had to go to Bethlehem. They loaded their donkey with food and water and clothes for the baby. Bethlehem was far away, and it was a long, tiring journey. Mary's baby was due very soon. They had to stop many times for Mary to rest.
Bethlehem, it was very late. The small town was noisy and crowded. Joseph tried hard to find somewhere for them to stay, but there were too many people in Bethlehem and everywhere was full. When Joseph knocked on the door of the last inn, he was told there was no room, but the kind innkeeper said they could stay in the stable. Inside, Joseph made a bed of straw for Mary to lie on. The animals in the inn watched over her.
And she named him Jesus. She wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger. Shepherds were watching their sheep. Suddenly a bright light shone in the sky, and an angel appeared.
Yet the Son of God was born and is given in Bethlehem. So the shepherds gathered their sheep and set out upon the stable.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King.
When they saw the baby Jesus lying in the manger, the shepherds fell to their knees. They told Mary and Joseph what the angel had said, and they gave thanks to God.
In a country far away, some wise men saw a bright new star in the sky. They knew something special had happened and followed the star to Bethlehem.
We three kings of Orient are, bearing gifts, sweet travels afar. Field and fountain, morn and mountain, following yonder star. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star of royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light.
When they reached the stable, they knew that Jesus was to be the King of the Jews. They brought presents of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And on that very first Christmas night, Mary looked at her son with love. She knew a miracle had taken place and that the world would never be the same again.
We hope you enjoyed our story of the birth of Christ.
We're going to switch gears and sing a few Christmas favorites that may be familiar to you.
It happened one day, near December's end, two neighbors called an old-time friend. They found a shop so meager and mean, they gave with 1,000 bowls of green. And Conrad was sitting with his face shining, when suddenly he stopped as he stitched the twine and said, "Old friends, at dawn today, when the cock was crowing the night away, the Lord appeared in a dream to me and said, I'm coming, your guest to be. So I've been busy with feet astir, strewing my shop with branches of fir. The table is set and the kettle is shining, and over the rafters the holly is climbing. And now I'll wait for my Lord to appear and listen closely, so I will hear his step. As he nears my humble place, and I open the door and look at his face. So his friends went home and left Conrad alone, for this was the happiest day he had known. For long since his family had passed away, and Conrad had spent many a sad Christmas day. But he knew with the Lord as his Christmas guest, this Christmas would be the dearest and best. So he listened with only joy in his heart, and with every sound he would rise with a start, and look for the Lord to be at his door, like the vision he had had just a few hours before. So he ran to the window after hearing a sound, but all he could see on the snow-covered ground was a shabby beggar whose shoes were torn and all of his clothes were ragged and worn. But Conrad was touched, and he went to the door and he said, "Your feet must be frozen and sore. I have some shoes in my shop for you, and a coat, that'll keep you warm too. So with grateful heart, the man went away, but Conrad noticed the time of day. And he wondered what made the dear Lord so late, and how much longer he'd have to wait. And then he heard a knock. He ran through the door, but it was only a stranger once more. A bitter smile on her back. She asked only for a place to rest, but that was reserved for Conrad's great guest. But her voice seemed to plead, "Don't send me away. Let me rest for a while on this Christmas day." So Conrad brewed her a steaming cup, and he told her to sit at the table and sup. But after she had left, he was filled with dismay, for he saw that the hours were slipping away, and the Lord hadn't come as he would, and Conrad felt sure he had misunderstood. But out of the stillness he heard a cry, "Please help me and tell me where am I?" So again he opened his friendly door and stood disappointed as twice before. This time it was only a child who had wandered away and was lost from her family on Christmas Day. Again Conrad's heart was heavy and sad, but he knew he could make the little girl glad. So he called her in and wiped her tears and quieted all of her childish fears. Then he led her back to her home once more, but as he entered his own darkened door, he knew that the Lord wasn't coming today, for the hours of Christmas had now passed away. So he went to his room, and he knelt down to pray, and he said, "Dear Lord, why did you delay? What kept you from coming to call on me? For I was so much your face to see." When soft in the silence, a voice he heard, "Lift up your head, for I kept my word. 3 times my shadow crossed the floor. 3 times I came to your lonely door. For you see, I was the beggar with bruised, cold feet, and I was the woman that you gave something to eat, and I was the child on the lonely street. 3 times I knocked, 3 times I came in, and each time I found the warmth of a friend. Of all the gifts, love is the best, and I was honored to be your Christmas guest."
Thank you for coming to this play tonight. Let us bless through your gospel. Dear Lord, thank you for this day, and thank you for allowing us to honor you with a place such as this one. And may this food nourish our bodies as we eat it. In Jesus' name, amen.